Son of a bitch. Mickey loves you.
All right, gentlemen,
Got
we
it.
are good. We are live.
Who's live? Who are we, Brian?
What is the name of the show, Coach?
It is it Cain Velasquez and Javier Mendez, Coach Podcast, or Coach's Corner, Cain Velasquez and Javier Mendez? Which one is it?
It's Coach's Corner with Cain and Hav.
Oh, and you couldn't even remember my name.
I was just
There you
making sure
go.
there were so many.
I don't know if it was
variations.
Hav or Javier. I don't know what you.
There were so many variations.
Yes.
Here, actually, let me look while you guys talk. Let's look.
Se puede.
Yes. We'll look right now. So what's up, gentlemen? Did you guys watch the fight card this week?
I did. I raised my hand. I watched. I'm a big fan. What about you, Cain?
What's the highlights afterwards?
You watched the highlights?
Well,
Yes.
Brian, did you watch the fights?
Yes. I started.
Okay.
I watched from the undercard and a few up, and then I just watched the main card.
I was asleep. I was asleep for the undercard, so I didn't watch that. But I 100% watched the main card, and the very first bout. It's like they're trying to build the next star in the 185-pound division, and my feeling is Bo Nichols delivered. I seen his transitions, how he adapted to the guy's a real fighter. I was very impressed with how he adapted, and he was very tenacious. He didn't stop, even though he'd made some errors right against higher experienced guys that would have cost him. But due to the fact that the guy he fought was not too experienced on the ground like him, he was able to make those mistakes that would have cost him against higher level guys. But I think Bo Nichols is the real deal, and you're going to hear more about him, and you're going to hear more good things about him. He's well spoken. He's super confident, and no, I like him. I'm a fan. Okay, a little bit, Bo Nichols. You obviously know who Bo Nichols is because of wrestling accolades.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Penn State national champion. I don't know how many times. I saw some of his other stuff earlier this week. Yeah, it looked like when a wrestler really gets comfortable with the stand up and likes to throw and does some damage on the stand up, that's already telling you there's something big there, because a lot of guys, it's to even see if they even like to get hit. That's number one. Do you like to get mixed? Do you like to mix it up? But when you get that comfortable that you can really stand there and take your time and deliver a good punch, that is a whole new game. It's a whole new threat that a lot of people don't have, or they may have it, they may not. But that shows that they're nice and comfortable in the craziest part of the fight is that part right there.
I totally agree with you 100%, and he passed that with flying colors. As far as I'm concerned, he was very comfortable in there with the striker, and he did what he had to do. He's been training a year and a half, right? And he's got 3 fights under his wing, all stoppages, and I don't think they went past the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Brian, am I correct on that? They haven't went past the first round.
He's actually 4-0 right now.
4-0, but all 3 before this one went before the first round, and this one went in the first round too. So he finishes opponents very fast. He's very confident, skilled wise, stand up for a beginner at level of only a year and a half. He's not bad at all. He's only going to get better, and having great coaching at American Top Team, it's only going to enhance everything that he's doing. So. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next from him, because what I saw from him, I was super impressed.
Now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't he being scouted once to come to AKA or recruited to go to AKA?
I don't know. I have no idea about that. Only person that could give us that answer might be someone like DC, because DC would know, because DC is the contact to just about any high level collegiate type wrestlers. I have zero idea. I've never been involved in recruiting anybody, you know. So DC would be able to tell us.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what was after Bo Nichols? I forgot. Who was that next? That was
Gamrot and Turner.
Yarmont Turner. Oh yeah, Gamrot. He's the 155er. Sorry, I saw that fight. You know what? That Jalen Turner guy, fighter. Wow, with a little bit more, just a little bit more seasoning, he could be a real threat for everybody. Everybody, you know, Gamrot's his name, right? Gamrot.
Gamrot.
Gamrot, he was impressive because you know what? He knew what he needed to do to win. He acted out a very, very tough decision because that was no easy fight. If he'd have screwed up and tried to do more stand up, which he didn't, he would have lost. Turner would have took it to him. Turner would have got it. He would have taken him, and he did it. And that just shows, you know, another experienced fighter that stuck to what he's best at, which was the grappling. You know, he's superior to not by much, but he was superior over Jalen on the ground. So that he impressed me. Yeah. Cain didn't see it, so you know, can you even comment on that? Si se puede?
I take your word for it, Hav.
You take my word for it. Okay.
You see a guy turn in the corner just a little bit more, turns the corner, makes a big impact.
Makes a big impact. And the next fight after that was Shabkat
Versus Jeff Neal.
Against Jeff Neal. Wow.
I missed that once. That was one that I missed.
Wow. Wow fight. That fight was fun for me. I love this Shabkat guy. He is a Terminator, man. Jeff Neal hit him with shots that would have taken out many other fighters, top level fighters. And this Shabkat came back and gave it to him. And that guy, my gosh, he just would not quit. Remember this. He's got 8 KOs on stand-up, 8 submission wins, 16-0 record. No one's gone the distance with him, right? Yeah. And you're thinking, well, Jeff Neal lost this fight, but he almost took him out, but he still was close. And you're thinking, wow, this guy's going to finally go to the decision. Oh, no. He wasn't having none of that. You know, that standing choke, the way he did that. Did you see how he did that, Brian? You didn't see it?
Oh,
man, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. This guy, he's a G, man. This guy is a G. He's gangster all the way. He's a gangster, man. He was my funnest fight of the night by far. I'm looking forward to him dominating again. And he is fun to watch. He is so much fun to watch because you know what? The guy will do everything. Before you know it, spinning wheel kick will come at you. And then inside, he'll punch you and then elbow you at the same time. You know, he's impressive. And you hit him, right? He does like what Cain's talking about. If you're not afraid to get in the mix, you come right back. That's exactly what he did. You hit him, he come right back at you. He ain't backing down. And Cain can attest to what it takes to do that. Because if you don't have that, when you got a Terminator like Shabkat is, you're not going to last with him because he's a Terminator. You got to give it back, you know, and if you don't, he's taking you out.
It's just so big on the striking aspect when you do have that finally, you know, when you have it, it's either you do or you don't, you know, and obviously there's levels to it. There's guys that really do thrive on being in that comfortable position on the stand-up. But it's like, do you even like to mix it up a little bit, you know? And it's like pretty comfortable with mixing it up. Okay to take a few punches. Then there's some guys, like you said, that are just Terminators that'll just keep walking forward, even though they're taking some hits, or it's like it doesn't phase them as much as it would phase normal guys.
He got hit, Cain, with some shots that I've seen even champions. I've seen other champions who get hit like this guy got hit, and they go downhill from there. Not this guy. He got hit, and he said, "No, you hit me, you're getting it back. I'm coming back. You're not going to just teach me a lesson. I'm going to teach you a lesson back." And the guy's mouthpiece, his mouthpiece, was out for 2 whole minutes.
Yes.
DC and Joe Rogan were going, "Hey, his mouthpiece is out. His mouthpiece is out." That guy would say not a word, not a word. And then when they said the mouthpiece, he goes, "Whose mouthpiece is this?" And he's looking up, "Well, I guess it's mine." You know, he didn't care. He did not care. It's like, I'm going to terminate this guy. I don't care if my mouthpiece is gone. I'm fighting. I mean, you know, most people, as you know, Cain, most fighters will say, hey, even great fighters will go, "Hey, my mouthpiece is gone." Yeah, not this guy. No, mouthpiece, I don't care. That's why I like him so much, because he's going to get the job done. Doesn't matter what he has to do. He's getting the job done. And you have to respect and you have to admire fighters like that, and you have to root for them, because that's what it takes to be a winner. What that guy does, that's what it takes to be a winner.
That's a whole mind game that a lot of people don't have. Like, he's putting the win over everything else. Like, fuck what he's wearing or anything. Like, he doesn't even care about his mouthpiece coming out. It's the win is first at all costs. That's number one. Everything else, it doesn't even matter. So, that's a fight I have to watch.
You got to watch it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love him. And Jeff Neal, hey, props to him too. He took some shots too, and he hung in there tough, man. Jeff Neal, props to him. There might be some issues going on there because he didn't make the weight. So whether there was an issue or not, I don't know. But his performance was a great performance by Jeff Neal. But he just fought a Terminator, man. He just fought a Terminator that really impressed the hell out of me. You know, Shabkai, I can't wait for his next fight, and I hope that they either give him a number one contender shot or just shoot him for the straight shot, title shot. Why not?
Wow.
He's 17-0, 17 finishes. You can sell it. I mean, he doesn't speak English, but he's got a personality in the cage, not outside the cage. He's a personality in the cage. So there's some fighters that got personalities outside the cage, and you can follow. They got one word. They can say one-liners, this and that. Like Cain, you weren't one of those kind of guys. You were in the cage type of guy. You weren't outside the cage. You know, whereas Habib is like great on the inside and outside. Habib's got great one-liners. He's probably one of the greatest one-liner guy out of anybody of all MMA times. Think about it. Habib's got the greatest one-liners, you know. But you were not that way. DC, he was good inside and outside too. DC, but you of all, you're like him, Terminator. That's why I call him Terminator, because you and him kind of similar in that regard, you know.
Cain talked with his fists.
Wait, what about the women's title fight? What about just that?
Grasso versus Shevchenko.
Yeah, I saw highlights of it, and then I saw what you talked about right at the end, close to the finish. So you can kind of lead up and kind of go into that, what we talked about earlier.
Okay, this is what happened going into the fight. Okay, Shevchenko basically, in the first round, they went out there, and Alexa Grasso actually did pretty good with the boxing. She actually tagged it pretty good.
Yes.
You know, the champ readjusted really quick when she got into boxing range, where she tried to use her boxing. She shoot in, take her down. She had her controlled the whole fight. Everything was going the champ's way. Everything was going the champ's way, and you were going, wow, you know, it doesn't look like Alexis Grasso was going to get it, but she never quit, never, not once. Just like Leon Edwards, same thing, never quit. For whatever reason, like she said, I'm a Mexican, corazón del mexicano. She went out there and just fought like a true Mexicano, true champion, pure heart, and she never quit on anything. And like I said, from there, Cain, you saw the technique. She said that her coaching staff, they were working on that technique. Spinning back kick and jumping on their back and going for the choke like she did. Now, you saw that, Cain. Elaborate from there, how hard that is to do.
Yeah, it's less than a second when somebody throws like something spinning, and you try to take their back. Number one, you gotta like see it happening first. Then you gotta close the distance as the back is turned. So hopefully you don't get hit with anything first. Number one, go in, close the distance. And yeah, when she threw that back kick, when she spun, Alexa just took her back and right away went to taking her back, putting the legs in, taking her back. It wasn't like taking her back, trying to like bring her down. It was taking her back, then got on top and threw the legs in, threw the arm over the neck. That's like, it's like being comfortable everywhere. That's what we talk about, right? Like in the cage, you learn everything. You're being comfortable everywhere. Like, so when you get into a position, you don't think, oh, what am I doing next? No, it's already flowing. Like you're already flowing A, B, C, like without stopping.
I think we have someone coming on here, Cain, that wanted to talk to you. Some guy coming on here.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, well, I don't know why this guy wants to talk to you, but he said, I want to talk to these guys. So we got someone that decided last minute he wanted to come talk to you. But the thing is, for me to practice that move, that the coaches were on there, I would have said, you guys are crazy practicing that move. You know how hard it is to pull that off in the fight? She's got to worry about so many other issues that she's going to work on that. And God darn it, look what happened. And boom. Yeah. One move they practiced. So that just goes to show you that the champion, who is the champion, people are watching your tendencies. They're going to watch where you can come in and capitalize on your mistakes. Mm-hmm. That was a mistake that she did a lot, but I myself would have never implemented that plan. So, kudos to our coaches for such a great, execution of a mistake that, that normally is not really a mistake, but they capitalized on it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty much going on what you're saying, like, there's so many aspects of the fight, and to take a little bit of time off to work on something at the time would seem so minuscule, right? It would seem so small. It seems like it's nothing so big, but that's what it's her never stopping the fight and working on that one of the fight.
Yeah, and now Mexico has 3 champs.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Viva Mexico, cabrones! Viva Mexico, cabrones! Did you see that? Cain, you were the first Mexican champion now to have 3 of them. That's crazy, right? These guys are really going.
It's amazing, man. Yeah.
Hey, did you see that girl, Alexa Grasso, gonna squeeze all the white out of Valentina Shevchenko's face? Did you see that?
Yeah.
She squeezed her so much that her whole face was white. Took all the color out of her face.
But you see how she wouldn't let it go? She had it, and all of a sudden she's just like tighter and just tighter, and you're going, wow.
To me, like honestly, the thing that was interesting about that spinning kick, and I heard you guys discussing it a little bit about implementing that as a game plan, was, you remember the last time this happened in such a big moment? It was us. It was Luke Rockhold. When Chris Weidman tried that spinning back kick, Luke got on top, beat him up very, very badly, and then Luke ultimately found the finish in the fight like a round later. But, dude, spinning attacks now are very difficult. It's hard to say that to Cain when he's spinning kick Travis Brown. But it's like, it's difficult to implement those today because the level of mixed martial arts is just raising over and over and over. And every time we see people. But like, I also kind of wonder, like, did Valentina get like a little bit tired, a little bit complacent? She looked a little small in there too, didn't she? She looked
a little
bit.
Alexa. Yeah, but you know what I was impressed with? Like I said, she changed levels. When Alexa Grassos came in there, started boxing her up in the first round, she changed the levels and she went to wrestling. She wouldn't let her get close. I was so impressed with the champ. But what got me more was the fact that the coaches worked on that particular technique. Like you said, Luke Rockhold did that to Weidman, but we didn't practice that.
Nobody trained it. No,
we're going to practice that. That's just what Luke did. For a coach to say, okay, we're going to practice this move, that's freaking crazy. That's
take cojones. That take cojones. Hey, you that guy I live in Gilroy. That take cojones. You know what I'm saying? They just training that is it's cool. Like I thought it was a great moment. I thought it was a great moment for Alexa. I thought it was a great moment for her team. To see Brandon Moreno there celebrating was also good. But and then Yair, right? Could you imagine how good Yair looked when he won his belt? Brandon Moreno looked like a killer. So it's crazy how like mixed martial arts changes, right? Where you go from having 3 African champions at once, now with Mexican champions. The only country that doesn't seem to get as many champions is America. Bro, we don't be having no champions. I like just recently, like, well, John Jones now, thank God, because we had, I mean, the 125-pound champs Brazilian. No, he lost. He's Mexican. The 133-pound champion, Aljo say he's from Jamaica. I mean, I think he's from the United States. But he say he's from Jamaica. 145, the champion is Alexander Volkanovski. 55 is Russian. 70 is freaking English. 185 is Brazilian. 205 is Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill just won the belt. And then the heavyweight champ is American now. So we got what, 3? We got 2 or 3?
3.
We got 3. We caught Aljo, you know, we got 3. Aljo trying to go take a whole.
You gotta count Aljo. How can you not count Aljo? Gotta count Aljo. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? So like you sound good. Like you sound good as an analyst. I didn't think you was gonna be good as an analyst.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I think he's been practicing it.
Let's talk about what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I just go into the gym and just talk technique. That's all we, that's all we do.
Talk about fighting.
What about the champ, huh? What about John Jones? Come on. You got to give it to him. Got to give it to him. He went out there with the right mindset.
He went out there with the right mindset, but like, Cyril's my buddy, but I can't help but feel a little disappointed in Cyril Gane. I can't help but feel a little disappointed, Hal. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, but I just didn't. It just did not look like he had grappled much at all. Because he just looked lost when the fight hit the ground. I was a little disappointed in the way that he fought, because he got taken down. Bro, you know what was odd? When the fight was over, the way he was looking at Jones when Jones walked away, he looked almost like lost and like stunned. He was like, "Oh my God!" Yeah. He was surprised.
Yeah. Well, like the fight, I mean, it was like he didn't want to get close at all. He was moving. He was avoiding, obviously getting close. You know, he would get back, he's back up against the cage, and he was still like looking for an out, left, right, boom, you know. And then Jones just timed that left hand perfectly, so much so where Gane couldn't even get his hand back. Like he was already in. He was already in. Even brought his leg forward. So yes, and then in like wrestling, it was almost like just downhill from there.
Because it's one of those positions, right, when you're in grappling, a lot of times when you're grappling and you're trying to get away, you get to the wall and you start trying to wall back up. Guy will jump on your neck, right, and start choking you. Yeah. It hurts, right? But it's honestly more uncomfortable. It's not like you're getting choked out. So I don't know if Jones was able to get under the chin and really get a lot of pressure going up into him. But it seemed like if he had a better understanding of how to get back to his feet, he would have attacked the hands, right? 2 hands to the one on the chin, and then start walking your way back up the wall. But that he literally was just kind of under him, and then he tapped, you know. So I know Gane's disappointed in himself, but I think like I was very impressed with his performance, but I was also a little disappointed in Cyril. But it also leads me to the question: who's going to fight him? I mean, who's going to fight him? Like Stipe? You know, Stipe hasn't fought for 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the difference between Stipe and Gons is Stipe can wrestle. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah,
so
and he can
Gons
box.
he could box. He could box really well. Gons had zero grappling ability compared to a world champion. You know, zero. He really did, and I knew that. And you know why I knew that? Very simple. One DC, Gano. Ngannou wrapped them up. Come on, Ngannou wrapped
No,
them up.
no.
That ain't a signal. What is?
I think Francis is strong though. I think like if you let Francis grab you, how even me and like me and Cain, if Francis gets his hands locked around us, he's so strong he might be able to like drag you to the ground. Like he's just big. He's like so big. He's like even if he doesn't like know what he's doing, he could like drag you to the mat off. I think.
When you guys are next to each other, he's just massive. He towers you.
I also have a cheat code, you guys. I have a cheat code over all you guys. I have videos of those guys grappling, and Gon had zero grappling from the videos that I have. Yeah.
Wow.
He had zero grappling, bro. I was like,
I don't understand.
That's why
you go to a fight.
The cheat code. I knew. That's why, you know, if I wish I would bet money because I would have killed it. Because I knew Jones was going to whoop him. You know,
you can't know unless you want to find yourself in the same position as James Krause.
Sorry, I never bet one time in my life. You know, I lose my money in Vegas on the tables, but never on bets. Never have. I never will. Yeah. But I had the cheat code because I seen his grappling abilities, and they weren't there. They weren't there. To go with someone like John Jones, who's been grappling since he was 7 years old, and DC, you fought him twice. You know him. He'll do whatever he needs to do to win, and he's going to take the easiest route to win. He's not going to go the hard route. He's a very intelligent fighter. His IQ for fighting, is almost as highest level as it's ever been.
Well, I think it's probably his best attribute. I think that's probably his best attribute, honestly.
I agree with that, 100%.
Because even for the physical gifts, it's like he does have a very strong will inside the octagon. He has a very, very strong will and a determination to win. But, I mean, I think Stipe will be tougher. I think probably the toughest matchup for me right now is probably Curtis Blades, because Curtis Blades is big. Curtis Blades can wrestle. Curtis Blades is and because he doesn't present that one punch knockout power, a guy like Curtis Blades can stay in there with him. Cain, who do you think is his toughest one?
Agree.
You guys think so?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Stipe, I would say.
Stipe, I go Blades. I think Blades is the toughest one because he's younger, more athletic, and he's come. Curtis Blades has gotten much better. Stipe hasn't fought in a while, and he's on the older side. I think he's 40 now, right?
Yeah, Stipe's 40. I don't know. I think Stipe's either turning 40 by the time that he gets to the fight, or he might be turning 41. Because I always remember being like 3 years older than him. So even when I was 41, I was like, well, he's 38 years old. So it's not like I'm fighting a young guy. He's 39?
Yeah.
He's 40 right now.
So what's his birthday?
40.
August 19th.
Yeah, so right before he turns 41, because him and I are 3 years. Like, so I turned 44 in March. He'll turn 41 in August, which is it's advanced. But honestly, man, like, and I saw this today, like I say stuff, right? And it gets all like, they clip it, right? And I gave Jean credit for his performance, but I also said he looks a little slower. That's not a lie. Like, you gain that much weight, you're going to, did he? Well, I mean, I remember being in there and his kicks were fast, right? Yeah. He kicked hard, but they were really, really fast. We were in there and it's just like watching it from the outside, it didn't look as fast.
But listen, DC, you said he's got 20-something plus pounds, okay, on him. Okay, the speed of a guy that's 20 pounds less, and you fought him, so you know how fast he is, okay? Straight up. You fought the man. You know how fast he is. Well, put 20, 30 pounds on that guy, he's not as fast.
Which is not
He may be accurate. He may hit harder. He does not. Especially you. He will not appear as fast as you because you firsthand know better. So anybody that's misquoted you that, they can go, wherever, because they never been in there with the man. You know how fast he was. You know how accurate he was. So for you to make that comment, you are the right person to make that comment versus someone else that has not been in there with him. You've been in there with him 2 times, so you know how fast he is.
Where you at, Hal? Where are you right now?
I'm in my house.
Let me see that room you got there.
This
guy is like,
No,
this guy
It's the office gym.
Where you live at out here? So tell me where you live out here. No, you're lying. Where you at, Hal? Where you at, Hal? You at home?
That beautiful little baby right there.
Don't try to deflect. Oh my God, this guy's a politician. Hey, she said hi.
She said hello to me.
You see Javier? She said Javier in that McMansion. Hey, y'all want to? Hey guys, Javier Mendez is hosting cocktail parties in his mansion. He live on the hill somewhere in Gilroy. I know.
Yeah, I'm right next door to you. What are you talking about? We're only like what? Less a quarter of a mile apart.
Me, you, and Cain all live within a mile of each other.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other one time.
Because y'all so busy, man. Y'all so busy with y'all famous podcast.
Yeah.
Y'all so busy with y'all famous podcast. Hey, Hal, I went to Cain's house and beat his ass in pool. I beat his ass in pool, and I beat him in ping pong. I kicked his ass.
I didn't even play for it. I beat you. How does that happen?
It's funny. He's funny, huh? That guy's funny, Velasquez. That Velasquez is funny, isn't he?
Good times.
That's funny.
So hey, what do you think? What's the next big thing you're going to be doing, DC?
Well, I'm doing for ESPN. I'm leading the coverage for WrestleMania supposedly. So that's a good thing. But I feel like one thing that I'm missing is it's a disservice to Lucha is that Cain just will not book me. Cain just will not book me in AAA. I've reached out to Cain. I've reached out to Conan. I've reached out to everybody. They will not book me in AAA. How I keep begging and begging and begging. It's a disservice. It's a discredit to Lucha because I have some of the best Lucha moves out there. My backflip, they call me El Guapo. You remember when I put that mask on? El Guapo.
Yeah. Dude, we'll have you out. Obviously, with my situation, I can only, as of right now, I'll possibly do only the shows in the U.S. And there aren't many shows in the U.S. That was the only one.
Why don't
so I'll keep you updated. That's something that I want.
You should lower your zeros, DC. Maybe you should lower your 7 digits and maybe go to 6 digits.
And do that too, please.
You stop it. I'll be there.
You guys
I'll be in there. I'll be there ready to go, bro. I'll be in there ready to go. Cain, I only can do like 45 to 1 minute spots, and then I'm gonna probably need a break. Give me like 45 minutes, 45 seconds to a minute. Give me a break. Then I come back in.
Whatever you need.
Just give me like time. So when we get into the ring, let me tell you how this works, Javier. I'll give you a little bit of insight into the business. So we get in there as the good guys. We'll get beat on a little bit, right? It's called the heat, right? Cain, it's called the heat. Yeah, you build the heat. Then the good guys make the comeback, and then we get to the finish. That is how a wrestling match works, right? You got the heat, so the bad guy just looks very dominant to start. Then the comeback. That's when Cain and I will start to do our thing. And then we'll go to the finish. And that ultimately is where the match ends, hopefully with us getting our hands raised. I just kind of pull the curtain back a little bit on the business that
I have one question for both of you guys. One question. Just one question. Okay, honest question here. Will you guys, yes or no, take your shirts off?
I don't like to take my shirt off anyway, bro. I'll tell you this, I don't really.
All right, guys. So we lost DC.
We lost DC. Just when I was asking the famous question, will you guys or will you not take off your shirts if you guys do a lucha libre, together? And the answer was, what was the answer, Cain?
I don't know. DC was in the middle of answering it. I think he said it was a no. But with him, like when we get there, and I believe he will. I'll get with the guy that will get his stuff done. His guy's named Oscar. Get him boots, get him everything, like whatever he wants from scratch. Get his get up out. So if he wants to wear a shirt, maybe some tights, I don't know,
Yeah.
something like it will make it work for whatever.
Yeah.
For me, I will go back shirtless as soon as I lose a little more pounds at the gym. You know?
I relate to you guys, and you know what? Ever since I retired from fighting, my shirt doesn't come off in public for nothing. I'm too fat. It does not come off, man. People go, Coach, take your shirt off. I go, hell no, taking my shirt off. You're crazy. Like what? Today, okay, you and Habib were making fun of me. Well, mostly Habib. About Coach, you need to be 225, not 255. But I'm not.
Talking about,
you know.
He was talking about the coffee, though, is what he was talking about.
But he was making fun of my weight. He always makes fun of my weight. Coach, you need to calm down. Calm down.
Yeah. No,
That's typical of him.
I don't know if he meant like because you get McDonald's coffee. If you get anything else from McDonald's, when you buy the coffee.
No, he means, I know, because this is not the first time he tells me. He means he wants me to lose weight. He says, you're too fat, Coach. I want to keep you around a little longer. Lose weight. Please, slow down.
No, man, it's all good. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
But he bought me that $500 gift certificate for the coffee place. I forgot the name already. Why did I forget? Starbucks. And my son used it all. I didn't use it because, I went to McDonald's. And the reason why I go to McDonald's coffee, it's not bad, but it's quick. It's right by the gym. I go, boom, right in. I mean, Starbucks is across the street too, but I'm going to wait 10, 15 minutes to get Starbucks versus a minute or less at McDonald's? No.
Okay, you said two things. One was correct. It's quick. And it's crap coffee. It's fucking shit coffee.
It's not. It's not bad.
Khabib came into the gym every day and the same thing. He would bring McDonald's coffee. I'm like, why are you drinking this crap? Like, why? I told him about a place to go to that was much better. You go much quicker to get this coffee that you're not really enjoying, unless you don't really care about coffee, which is okay as well. But there is a point. How long are you drinking your coffee where you enjoy it? Don't tell me you enjoy that coffee. That's a lie.
Okay. No. Okay. To really, really enjoy it, 50-50. 50-50. No, 50-50. 50-50. I enjoy it 50-50.
It tastes like it was filtered in a fucking sock. Okay.
Baloney. Yeah. No. It's better than a sock. Well, I never had a sock, so I don't know.
Come on, dude.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Okay. So, what do you think, Cain? We have this weekend. We have our fighters. We have Usman defending his title against Spence and Henderson. In all reality, you work with Usman. You see what kind of champ he is. What do you think? How bright is his future? Do you think? Really? What do you really think? I mean,
yeah, dude. Well, as far as coaches, you never know where the road's going to go. All you can be there is be there for them, and really try to get them great everywhere. So I see that he's got great things everywhere. There's always places where I think as coaches we always see a little bit of something that they need, and we always try to obviously to make the fighters a more well-rounded athlete. He's very committed, comes in every day, puts in hard work every day. Obviously he has a lot of talent that a lot of people don't have, But anytime I look at somebody, regardless of what they have or what they don't, even if they don't have much, I see the possibilities there for everyone. It's all dependent if they're going to do it or not. And you never know. You never know. You could get a guy that doesn't have anything, and something may happen within him that he wants to get to the pinnacle of the sport. That can happen. I've seen it happen all through my career. So you just never know. But guys like that, guys like Usman, have everything great already. It's just building everything where there are no weaknesses. Like even the weakness is a strength against someone else. Like that's what we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to get fighters to.
That is correct with him because he has all this talent. He could do everything. And when I trained him, the first time was a little under 3 years ago. I trained him, and I tell Habib, I go, Habib, this kid could be the best, but mentally, I need your help. I need your help. I need you to help me with him mentally because he doesn't have it mentally. He has all the skill set, but he doesn't have the mental aspect, which, as you know, Cain, the mental is number one. Without the mental, and you got to have the right coach to be able to instill the mental. And I was not the right coach to do that to Usman. I needed help.
Yeah.
So I asked Habib to please help me with him. And Habib helped me with him getting his mental strong. Now, man, that kid does everything right. He rests correct. He doesn't overtrain. He'll question me on certain things. And he does it the right way. He's got it together. I'm so impressed with him, and I expect him to have a great fight with Benson Henderson because Benson Henderson was a former champion. Benson has been with all the best fighters in the world.
Yeah.
With the exception of Islam Makhachev and Habib and a few of the others. But he's been there with everybody else. He's been a champion. He's got championship rounds in him, many of them. And he's a performer. So Benson Henderson is going to be a tough test, but I believe it's a test that he's going to pass. But nonetheless, it's a tough test. You cannot screw up with Benson Henderson because he can take you out. And in reference to what you're talking about, Cain, you know how some guys, as long as they put in the work, you can see it in them. There's one guy we have in our gym, Cain, that I didn't see a champion in him, and now I'm starting to see a champion in him, and that is Theo Haig.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I was like, when he came in with from Alex Kambabi's school, one of my other AKAs up in AKA Sunnyvale. It's just a kid coming in. We put him in as an amateur kid. We put him to spar, and I'm like, he's okay, blah blah blah. But man, he only has one pro fight. He fights for Bellator. This kid, Theo Haig, remember that name. He is going to be somebody. That kid, I mean, he impressed the hell out of me. I mean, Luke Rockhold came over. He goes, "Hey, Hop, who's that kid?" I go, "Who are you talking about?" He goes, "That one kid." I go, "Who?" He goes, "That kid." I go, "Oh, that's Theo." He goes, "Hop, he's pretty good." I go, yeah, I know. He is pretty good. So, Cain, you are correct. That is 100% a fact. Normally, I'm good at picking somebody that I think could be a champion, but there are some people that sneak up on you. Theo Haig is one of them.
I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where you don't know what a guy is going to transform into. You have no idea. You come off the street, have nothing, and all of a sudden he's sparring with the big boys. With Theo, obviously I was gone for 8 months. When I came back, he had a big jump. And yes, like what you said, like it just all came together, man. He was tough. He's tough everywhere. But going back to Usman, dude, you realizing like that you needed help with him with Khabib, that just shows your greatness and how much you've been in the sport, because it's not always the coach's style can coach everybody. That's not true. Everybody is their own individual. Everybody's different. Everybody needs to be coached different as well. Not one style or one particular technique or one way of fighting is going to work on everybody. It doesn't. Some people have different minds, so you have to go to their level, whatever that is, and work with them to see how you can get them motivated. So that's a big thing as well, because they may have it, but they just don't know how to. They may not have anybody that can talk to them that they need, that they can trust, so they can give them that output, so they can give them those results. So that's something important as well.
I think I think your wisdom and your experience in the fight game is very fascinating to listen to you because I listen to you and everything you say resonates with me and I'm like, wow, yeah, no, it's spot on. And I think I don't know about you guys, Brian, but I think that maybe since we're on this podcast now, I think that Brian, you should put out there for some fans that want to ask specific fight related
Questions.
experiences and technique. Cain can answer them on another podcast where we can tell them how our thoughts, our feelings on how we might handle a situation that they're asking. I think. Well, what do you think, Cain? I think that'd be a good idea. We could read a question offhand from somebody that wants to know from Cain or from me or from both of us about how would I handle this situation, and if we have the answer, we give it to them, and we do a podcast based on the questions that they're asking. What do you think? I think it's a good idea.
That's a good idea to ask, yeah, in some way, whether it be fighting or some other scope of area. But the two things today, I guess, talking about the fights, really stood out with me. And with Grosso's fight is to never stop fighting.
Yes.
And that's everywhere. Like you don't like take a step back and just stop. You don't. You keep, whether that the inside of you burning, to keep looking for answers, to keep going forward, to never stop in wisdom, to never stop looking for, for whatever it is. Like let nothing put you down. It's okay. You're always in the fight. You're always okay. Grosso stayed in the fight, and that's all you can ask for. And number two with John Jones was timing. Perfect timing made it look so easy.
Yeah, and with Grosso, it's like you said, she never stopped trying. Never, not one bit that she was trying to win. She was trying to land that punch. Whatever she was trying to do, she was trying to win every step of the way. Whereas, with Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, right? What I saw in that, I saw Leon Edwards never quit on himself, and I saw his coaches, his corner, kept him to come back stronger. And I saw that writing on the wall. I was watching that. The commentators were saying, "Oh, it's more or less over." In my mind, I was going, "Well, somebody's got to tell Leon Edwards that because he's fighting like this because he still wants to win." And there and behold, that one punch kick combination. He was trying that earlier, and I saw him trying earlier. It wasn't working, and it hit pay dirt. And my question was, as a corner, shouldn't you have told your guy, "You got this locked up. Don't risk it. Put him up against the cage, take him down, steal the round. Don't go and give the crowd that big old giant hurrah, hurrah. Steal the round, right? Let's win that fight, In particular, maybe Valentina, her throwing that spinning trademark back kick she does, had she not thrown that back kick, who knows? She might have just won. That was a big boo-boo. So the air of your ways sometimes looking flashy doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, but you don't know it's an error until it happens, right?
Exactly.
The whole fight, it's working. It's all you're good the whole time. And you throw it one time at the end, and that's all it takes. So what are you supposed to say? You're doing the right thing. That one time it happened. This is what happens.
Happen. And if you throw the right hand, you get countered. You throw the left hand, you get countered. But still say practicing that move because you threw a spinning back kick. That's a ballsy move. I'm sorry, but that's a ballsy move. It's not like, oh yeah, we trained Luke Rockhold to do that. I didn't say nothing to Luke about that. Luke just jumped on him after he did that.
Yeah. Even though we didn't practice it, when people did throw that, we knew already to close. If you see
close
it,
the distance.
If you see it, if you want to be safe, more distance. You don't get kicked. You're all good. But
get in
you
the
see
inside.
It's like boom, thank you. But it's
I taught you. I taught you get in the outside or get in the inside, and she got in the inside wrapped her around, and like DC said, I mean, choked her like you. It's crazy, it's crazy how she choked in.
Yeah.
Hey, good for her, Mexico. You know, viva Mexico, ¿verdad? Because éramos puros mexicanos en el corazón y yo en sangre y todo, y me gustó mucho lo que ella hizo. You know, it's one of those things that makes you proud, you know. And Valentina, she's the greatest ever, and you know they'll probably have a rematch. That fight's deserving of a rematch, right? What do you say?
Yes. Yeah. For winning the whole time and then getting that at the end, it does deserve a rematch. Yes.
Yeah. Just like Leon Edwards and Kamaru, same thing, rematch. You know, but you know what? We've seen rematches. We've seen what Brandon Moreno and Figueroa did, you know, 4 times. They fought 4 times, right? 4 times. But we see what happens, right? One wins, the other one wins, one wins, the other one wins. And the last, I mean, it can change because the game keeps evolving. And if you don't adapt and you don't watch film and you don't see mistakes that the champion's making, you know, and you're gonna have problems fighting the champ. You gotta stay on top of everything. Like I told you when you became a champion, I said now the work's really beginning because now everybody's after you. They know what they're looking for. They know what to come after.
Yeah. Yes.
That was Grasso's
to do is get ready. Yeah.
To a T. Yep.
Yeah. So good. Okay. So what do you think about this? The individual that sends in the best question that Cain and I pick, we send them a T-shirt, signed T-shirt by you and me, and maybe somebody else. What do you think? I think good, right? What do you think, Brian?
That sounds good. It's easy to do.
That's what we're gonna do. Whoever Cain and I pick that gives the best question to answer, we'll send them a signed T-shirt, aka T-shirt by Cain and I and you. And maybe some of the other fighters.
That sounds good.
Money.
Good. Okay. So on to the next one.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it after Bellator or no? Bellator.
Yeah, this week I'm pretty booked this week. So I think next week Monday, like starting Monday, I'll be better off.
We'll do a Monday. We'll do the next one Monday. Right after we'll talk about Bellator. Is there a UFC event this week, Brian?
Yes, Peter Yan's fighting, but that's the only guy on. It's one of those UFC fight nights, but Peter Yan is the only name on the card that you'd know.
Oh, but Peter Yan's fight's a very important fight, so we could talk about that one. That'll be a really good fight. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's against Marab, right? Marab.
Yep.
Yeah. That's going to be a hell of a fight. I mean, we're going to talk about a guy that doesn't stop. Rob is just a constant. He's like a Tasmanian devil, man. That guy don't stop for nothing. So yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting fight. So okay, we'll comment on that on the next podcast. And you know, don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe. Cain and I have 0 subscribers right now.
We'll get there.
And sponsors, don't forget, we need sponsorship too.
They're looking for
sponsors. We need some headphones.
Headphones.
We need some quality stuff to do. Podcast. Look, I got my. Yeah, the only one that's professional is Brian.
All right, boys.
All right, guys.
Hey, thank you, Brian.
Anytime, gentlemen.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, bro.